I bet at times you are your own worst critic, harsh and demanding, thinking you are not good enough or can't do things well. It seems you are not alone. This video is about understanding the roots of self-criticism and learning the transformative power of self-compassion. From my personal journey and insights from this amazing book, I'll share how to turn that inner critic into your biggest ally. Stay till the end for a special ninja move that will unlock your emotional resilience, self-appreciation, and more. Did you know that most of us are extremely hard on ourselves? Why? For three main reasons: childhood patterns, societal pressure, and misconception that self-criticism is a form of self-motivation. How was your childhood? Research has shown that we are much more likely to be critical of ourselves as adults if our parents or other role models, grandparents, siblings, teachers were critical of us when we were kids. What we learn early on when we are criticized or even punished as kids is that unless we are perfect, we are not worthy of love. And here comes the tricky part, yet really important. With time, we start anticipating criticism and, as a defense mechanism, criticize ourselves first. I will criticize myself first before you get a chance to do that. I will be extra harsh, so maybe you will feel sympathy for me and reassure me that I'm not as bad as I think I am. It's a sort of protection mechanism. We beat ourselves up so that others don't do that. Living in a highly competitive society doesn't make things easier. We can't help but associate doing better with being a better person. Our sense of self-worth is tied to how well we are performing, which is of course flawed. We need to feel special and above average to feel worthy. A funny fact: 85% of students think they are above average. 90% of drivers think they are better drivers than others. Let me just quote the author here. It's unacceptable to be average in our society, so pretty much everyone wears a pair of rose-colored glasses, at least when they are looking in the mirror. The problem with this thinking is that we simply can't be better than everyone else in everything. It's impossible to excel at work, at sports, at hobbies, have 5 kids, spend lots of time with your family, while volunteering in a community and having a successful side hustle, all at the same time. So, we constantly fall short of high expectations of ourselves and feel inadequate. Some of us, myself included, have thought that self-criticism is a good way to motivate ourselves to get ourselves into action. But the science proves this to be wrong. Fear is not the best motivator. Self-criticism is actually a form of self-abuse, which has serious long-term consequences on our mental health. It often leads to depression, anxiety, and overall dissatisfaction with life. Besides, it undermines our ability to do our best. How on earth are you supposed to bring your best self to any given situation if you are anxious and upset? How do we break free? There are 3 easy ways to get into a self-compassion mode, according to the author. So, step number 1 is to become mindful. To notice when it's hard, when we are in pain. Just stop and acknowledge the situation. Take a few deep breaths instead of immediately rushing to fix the problem. You could say something like this: "Oh baby, this is really hard right now. Your boss just yelled at you." Step number 2 is to recognize our shared humanity when it comes to struggling. All of us face hardships from time to time. I am not the only one who fears public speaking. Almost everyone does. When we realize that we are not alone in our hard moments, it makes us feel less lonely and the situation less painful. Self-compassion is an antidote to perfectionism. Of course, we make mistakes, and things don't always happen the way we want. And it is so hard to be an imperfect human being in this extremely competitive society. Step number 3 is being kind to yourself. When we are faced with a difficult situation, we can either respond with kindness and care or criticism. Go with kindness. Actively soothe yourself. A gentle hug, a stroke on your face. This releases oxytocin, the hormone of love and bonding, and we will feel immediately better. And by the way, the brain can't tell if it's us hugging ourselves or someone else. Same oxytocin is released. Isn't that cool? The key is to give ourselves kindness, especially when we mess up, when we make a mistake. And now comes the ninja move for self-compassion. Use self-criticism as a reminder for self-compassion. Whenever you catch yourself in the midst of self-criticism, pause, acknowledge it, remind yourself that it's completely normal. Everyone struggles with that. The key is not to get frustrated about it. I don't know about you, but I have practiced self-criticism for 3 decades, so 5 days of self-compassion aren't really much. Over time, this practice can transform your internal dialogue. Remember, self-compassion isn't about ignoring our flaws or pretending they don't exist. It's about acknowledging them with kindness and understanding, allowing us to face challenges with a supportive mindset and being our best friend. As an amazing bonus, self-compassion helps us develop 3 great qualities. Emotional resilience. We bounce back quickly from hardships. We are okay with sometimes winning and sometimes losing. Personal growth. We are more brave to face new challenges and learn new things. And self-appreciation. You learn to develop a profound appreciation for the beautifully imperfect person you are.